back is all control. So as long as if let's say Tempo is very good at escort or Incipience is very good at escort, they just need to last one map survive to be able to go to all the control point maps. So this is actually a very interesting draft done by the teams themselves. I have always said that you probably shouldn't draft the same map type in a row, because then you are sort of like, if you are bad at that map type or the enemy team is better at you at the map type, then you are just kind of drafting yourself into an issue. But I think both of these teams are very confident that their escort maps are going to be better than their control maps, and that is why they all have voted for escort first, as opposed to going for the controls.
I mean, if you're a veteran team, you definitely prefer anything other than control maps or even 2 CP maps, because it's a very hit or miss when you play control map, because it's all about stability and it's all about controlling not just the point itself but also your teammates, utilizing those ultimates at a very, very efficient timings. So there's a lot to, people think that you play control maps, it's easier than escort maps and other payload maps or hybrid maps. I personally think it's a lot harder, because you have to take note of ultimate charges very, very well. You have to take note of when you're going in as a team and how you clear up the opponents as well. It's not just about taking everybody one by one. You need to know how to take down the stragglers in the end as well, just to make sure you have the upper hand when it comes to just resetting as well.
Yep, and that's the stat for you guys. A grand start. This is the 101st map played in this tournament. It is going to be our grand finals, Incipience versus V1kings.Tempo. And I agree with you completely. Control maps is one of those things where you have to outskill your opponent, and at this level, do you really have the confidence that you're going to outskill the enemy team here? Already though, damage being done onto the side of V1kings.Tempo. Arjen and Ren falling a bit low here, but they are falling back, so they are not wanting to deal with this Pharah Mercy combo. They're going back to fall back into the choke. Gonna group up together with this Widowmaker Orisa selection. Interesting choice coming up from Incipience. Metallics though is gonna be one playing.
He got stuck by the trap, unfortunate.
Oh man, and he got taken out as well. Jumo. Metallics though being pushed back. Oh, beautiful Asher onto Rebonds. What was that? As he tried to get away from Cryptic, takes out the Mercy instead. Metallics is going a bit ham on that.
That was a Titan-like flick, I would say, towards the head of Rebonds there, forcing them to reset. I think they're not. Are they still gonna opt for this? Nope, Cryptic switches out to a Widowmaker. So we're gonna see a sniper versus sniper battle here, ladies and gentlemen. But the thing is that they don't have the Winston that could peel for this Widowmaker. So this Orisa has a lot to play with, because he needs to hold on to the payload and also stop the damage coming through from his supports as well.
Yeah, but already the damage is being done by that Junkrat. Azalea doing so much work there, demacking random name and taking out Doubted as well with Xeon Flux's help. The damage just coming in from the side of Incipience is just way too high. I mean, there's the Widowmaker, then there's the Junkrat, and now he... Metallics just saw Cryptic and he's just like, nope, not gonna deal with that Widowmaker, who's in the corner, actually very aggressively standing forward.
And they're popping the wall hacks as well. Sees Arjen once. Arjen sees Reborn instead. Doesn't want him to get that rest at all. Azalea pops the Riptide, takes down Doubted. And right now they're just forcing a reset. That Valkyrie mod was to no avail at all. Forcing them to reset. They utilize one support ultimate as well. That's gonna be a huge hit here for V1kings.Tempo.
Meanwhile, Cup just casually taking out his pistol to finish off Cryptic. And why was Cryptic so aggressively forward? I mean, that didn't really seem like something he should be doing. And yeah, gets a kill on the Metallics, but once again, a revive from Cup very easily. And the fight, they have another 20 seconds for the next revive. No issues for them. Whereas Xeon Flux are ready to his transcendence. The ult economy definitely going in favor of Incipience.
Jumo's not going to have a huge time here, but then again, Cryptic from the back lines manages to flank out Metallics, takes him down as well. And right now, Xenofly just trying to focus on those Cryptics, but Reborns is just pocketing the heck out of his way to wake that he doesn't want a Widowmaker to die at all. But then again, look at it, the fight is on the point, and the point is still being favored towards the side of Incipience.
Yeah, and you know, even though they did take out Jumo and Cryptic, Xeon Flux... Sorry, I mean, even though they did take out Azalea, Xeon Flux on this Zenyatta has been headshotting people left, right, and center. He took out Jumo, he took out Cryptic with headshots, I believe it were right clicks as well, because Jumo was full health when he went after Azalea, who was in Riptire mode, and just wow, just insane play coming out from the players of Incipience.
But then again, they do have really good ultimates to play with here. V1kings.Tempo, they have what it takes to at least push this payload to the first point. They have the pulse bomb, they have the Valkyrie melt, Primal Rage is up and ready as well. They have the self-destruct, and right now they're just going in. Cryptic will be able to take down Metallics, but the res has been popped here by Cup, bringing Metallics back to life. But Metallics takes down Delta right before he can actually take down the pulse bomb, and Zenflare goes and takes down Arjun as well. They only have one support ultimate, and the Valkyrie mode is there, so randomly saying 69, just really low on HP, managed to get back into the point as well.
And now the Valkyrie mode pop instantly down by Cryptic though. This Widowmaker battle is just doing so much work for Tempo right now. Cryptic has actually been uncontested thus far in this fight itself. Finally gets taken out by Metallics in the back lines. And the revive though is going to be there for him. He's going to be back up. Metallics going to get taken out. And now it is V1kings.Tempo all over the point. Incipience have to fall back here, giving the point over to V1kings.Tempo, and that was just a bit of positional error, I believe, coming out from Metallics, actually. Getting picked off by Cryptic very early on the fight, forcing the revive onto him.
Oh no.
Oh my... Sion Flux doing
no.
this!
He didn't get a kill onto it. Oh, Azalea actually missed an opportunity to take down Cryptic. He got a trap onto his Cryptic. He was just showed a little bit too much respect there onto his Cryptic. There you go, the Riptire has been nullified as well. Oh my goodness, just a very minor mistakes coming from both teams, and Rhino Cryptic is getting the upper hand throughout all these errors that both teams are actually executing.
Yeah, there's so much room for Cryptic to move, and there's Xion Flux just standing out in the open, getting taken out there. And Cryptic is really the hero of Tempo right now, just getting so many kill after kill after kill, not missing a single shot, being very patient actually with his Widowmaker play, waiting for the perfect time. And even that one, Metallics, you were trying a bit too much to get that deflect, and Cryptic knew it.
Yeah, and right now they do have the Genji Cup really close to the Valkyrie mode. Xenofly already has its self-destruct, and right now, look at the ultimates they have on the side of V1kings.Tempo here. Oh, Cryptic gets another headshot onto a Xeon Flux. They need to respect this Widowmaker here, Suki. They're not giving any respect at all, and right now he's taking a lot of damage from Xeon Flux, and Xeon Flux disrespects Cryptic, takes him down with a couple of balls into the face.
Yeah, now Xion Flux on the high ground. He's gonna have his Transcendence, but it's too late. Azalea has already gone down. Both Valkyries are up and running, but they need to go in. They need to get some kills. Xenofly doesn't actually manage to get anything done. He's actually just being kited right now while the rest of Tempo...
with the here, ladies and gentlemen.
Tempo right now, they're just being so coordinated. Like, the moment Cryptic goes off, you know, he's actually doing a lot of background damage. You know, you saw Dada with that triple kill, but the damage is being done by Cryptic. And you look at their lineup, Jumo as well as Cryptic are just picking out the right targets, the perfect targets for Doubted to then jump on. And the calls coming for their team, the coordination is definitely top notch here.
The positioning coming up from Cryptic allowed him to get so much free reign, and not to mention the tanks from the side of V1kings.Tempo managed to give him so much free reign, so much space, and this is exactly what's happening here. Instead, Jumo is giving all this free space, allowing him to do so much damage, and Doubted goes in with the Primal Rage, takes down Xion Flux as well. And look, Cryptic is still uncontested as this Widowmaker.
Yeah, he still has no one bothering him. Savage Dab as well as Azalea were on the back lines while Doubted was in front, but Doubted took out their two supports, no worries at all for him. Though time has been ticking down, 1 minute left, so even if they cap this is actually a pretty long stall coming out from Incipience here.
Cryptic does have the wall hack here. He sees the Tracer. Azalea almost got taken down there, forcing him to fall back as well. They do have around a minute left. Got a point. Cryptic is under pressure by the Winston here, ladies and gentlemen. But Cup, the Transcendence has been popped as well. Xenofly as well. Azalea gets one of each own. 3 are down for the side of V1kings.Tempo. 4 actually, and right now forcing a reset here. They need to reset here, Suki. They only have 30 seconds left.
Yeah, now they're going after Jumo. Jumo is so little health, 5 HP. He finally gets the health pack though, just in time. And this is their last push, but they've been doing so well. The momentum has been in their favor, but now Savage Dab does have that Primal Rage. Meanwhile, they only have the Pulse Bomb, and at most a Valkyrie in the next 10 seconds, if possible. On the side of Incipience, they have the Valkyrie, they have the Primal Rage, they have the Pulse Bomb. coming up as well. So this might be enough for them to make it. Savage Jam gets stuck, but he does have Primal Rage. He pops it, takes out Doubted with it, and then another return ultimate coming in from Xenofly. Not Xenofly, sorry. It was the Valkyrie coming in from top with the pistols. The pistol Valkyries are coming out here.
Battle Mercy. Metallic switches out to a Reaper, just holding on towards the point here, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, sees the McCree and not allowing him to know. Reborn comes back to the point, just tries to at least take the overtime, but to no avail. But hey, they managed to hold the third point here. But then it's still only one game here.
Yeah, no, that's the word. Okay, so like the best part about this for the viewers at home or the viewers at the bar is that this is still anyone's game. Like, you can say that, oh, they didn't complete the map, wow, they didn't win, but you can actually stop people, like we said, at 50 meters before the first point. Very possible here coming for V1kings.Tempo. And Incipience, you have to be quite worried. It's not easy to get to the third point. Or even the second point, and to some distance as well. So this is going to be an uphill battle for Incipience. I think that Cryptic on the Widowmaker has definitely outclassed Metallics just a little bit. Like, the moment Cryptic went to the Widowmaker, Metallics had no space. He was constantly getting taken out, and here is a sign of how equal those teams are. They have exactly 30 kills each. That's insane. That's how close this match is right here.
Yeah, Cryptic was playing the Widowmaker in return to how Metallics is playing. He's playing the counter Widowmaker. You've seen a lot of those Overwatch League gameplays. You've seen Linkser plays. That's exactly how you play a Widowmaker to fight against the opposing Widowmaker. You're just playing in favor of the positioning of whether the Widowmaker is around or just trying to position him alongside of how to counter the opposing Widowmaker. So that definitely, I mean, I wouldn't say Cryptic or Metallics is better in terms of like skills, but I just say Cryptic is just better in terms of positioning. He was on point on where you should position yourself as a Widowmaker. Not to mention, Doubted and Random was providing him so much space.
You have to say that the tanks really opened up the game for Cryptic there, because he was being like protected non-stop. Whereas Metallics, he was kind of left to his own devices and forced to play a bit more dangerously in terms of positioning. So definitely, yeah, I agree. Both of them doing very, very well. But Cryptic, you know, having the upper hand earlier, and now on the McCree, he's going to. I think they were actually expecting a Fair Mercy or something of that sort, because I don't know you would run a McCree into a Widowmaker. But then again, it's a Widowmaker Genji, so against the Genji, the McCree might actually be able to do some decent damage.
This might be a comfort pick here from Cryptic. I think he maybe just wants to deal with the Tracer as well as the Genji coming up from the side of Incipience. But then again, when you play against a dive meta, running McCree is not really ideal. You're just gonna get doped upon.
Yeah, like I don't really agree with that McCree pick, and already being the first to be picked off, and the lineup of V1kings.Tempo being destroyed in the backlines, and even the Dragon Blade, I didn't know if that was necessary, really. Just taking out the Argent, making sure that Reborns had nowhere to go. But then again, they get a kill to Cup.
Yeah, not to mention that Dragon Blade didn't really get as much kills as it should, but the reason why he actually popped the Dragon Blade was because he got it so fast, he can get it again. Look at this, 50% already on another Dragon Blade.
Yeah, and I think he really wanted to try and get down the two supports, but Argent and Reborns are just healing each other non-stop, so it took him very, very long to get that kill. And even then, I guess it's fine. Yeah, like you said, he builds up the Dragon Blade so fast, he's so aggressive with it, he can go in now, try and get a bit more charge, but he actually was looking for the Zenyatta, and then the Reinhardt's just like, no. But the Widowmaker, though, is actually not even there anymore. She's going around the other side, looking for
They're just applying pressure with the dive composition, Yusuke. If you look at it closely, they only have 1% on the card, so the card is just moving slowly. But Doubted is on that Reinhardt. They have they have that Reinhardt. They have a triple tank. No, is that a triple tank? Oh no, not triple tank. That Reinhardt just blocking the damage from the Widowmaker.
Yeah. And that, even with that self-destruct, you know, that was the distraction that Azela needed. Two supports already down just with that. And Xenofly getting a lot of work done here, you know, even though he didn't really get any flashy kills. That was a lot of work done by Xenofly. He came in from the back was pushing the Reinhardt forward actually, causing so many issues for them. But at the same time,
Wow.
Cryptic and Jumo now getting the kills. Xenofly headshot onto Ren and takes him out.
Suki, what's going on here? Because I feel like the pressure from Incipience. Oh my goodness, was that even needed? Shatter just for one person is perfectly fine because he got a charge onto a Xenofly, takes him down. So finally, they managed to hold on to the point here because I thought the snowball was gonna keep on going, but doubted with the clutch Shatter onto a Xenofly, and then the charge as well took him down, forcing the side of I forgot the name for Incipience to fall back.
No, but this is the issue, right? If you are V1kings.Tempo, I think you're a bit worried because what happened there was Savage Dab and Xenofly were just wrecking havoc on your support and backline. They were going in from multiple angles. While there's only 1% of the point, doesn't matter. You force the Reinhardt to use his Earth Shatter. You force the entirety of their team to play very split now. And Savage Dab, he's gonna get taken out because of that Pulse Bomb. But is that gonna be enough here? The kills going in favor, or the damage is going in favor of Incipience. To sort of, yeah, it's actually random name going down low. Jumo almost going down as well. The Valkyrie, but not enough. Xeonflux was on the other side of the map, unable to get any heals from Cup there.
Yeah, Xeonflux was flanking on the right side all alone as a Zenyatta trying to take down Cryptic that was damage boosted by Reborns. Talk about balls here, ladies and gentlemen. But as a Zenyatta, not even damage boosted, you have to think twice about doing that. I mean, I think you've got to focus on getting the heals up and maybe just dishing the damage on towards the tanks on V1kings.Tempo, because you can definitely tell that the tanks on V1kings.Tempo are the core of the team.
Yeah, they're holding the front line for them, and Dada is really almost close to another Earth Shatter here. They take out Savage there as well before he can pop the Primal Rage, and they take out Xenofly out of his mech, so this does not look good for Incipience actually. The kills definitely not going in their favor. Valkyrie not even being popped out, but Cup! Oh my goodness, Cup! Just getting a kill onto Jumo there. The Battle Mercy is real. And a Transcendence being forced out here from Arjen. Both sides forced. I actually don't really think that V1kings.Tempo needed it, to be honest.
They pop the self-destruct, try to negate the damage coming from Azalea's Dragon Blade, and that definitely worked out. Look at Xeonflux actually flanking with a Zenyatta. I'm not really sure what is he doing. What is he doing? This is a madman. He's gonna get taken down.
Yeah, and now they only have a minute 20 left. This is actually pretty bad for Incipience. I think they were playing a bit too cocky earlier, and now they have 0 ultimates to work with. And only a push, at most 2 if this second push, no, at most a push right now.
They are still playing cocky here. Xeonflux is just playing just extremely aggressive as a Zenyatta with no pockets whatsoever, no tanks to join in the team fights as well. And right now they only have less than a minute to at least touch the point to the second cap here. And they, not to mention that, they still need time to proceed to the third point.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very difficult, and Xeonflux even being spotted out by the mine there from Cryptic. They get Arjen though! This might actually be the start of the end, but no, Xenofly losing the mech. This is actually going to be very hard for them. 2 supports are down. Xenofly is down though. The tank on the side of Incipience are falling, but the back lines has fallen. Delta is very, very low, gets taken out. Actually, V1kings.Tempo losing all their members here. They are actually going to push it to the second point, so Incipience just at the last second without any ultimates able to turn that around.
They utilized 0 ultimates to actually win that team fight. This is going to be huge because for the next team fight, they're pretty much going to be set in stone. So it's going to be a huge team fight here, Suki.
Yep, all the ultimates on pretty much online for V1kings.Tempo, 4 ultimates for them. And even the Valkyrie as well coming up for Incipience, so there is going to be 4 on both sides, maybe 5 if Savage Dev can get enough damage in right now. But now the Dragon Blade is ready from Azalea. Azalea barely gets out. No, he actually gets taken out by Jumo. Is there going to be enough self-destruct? Comes out another beautiful bomb by Metallics. Gets out Cryptic as well. The kills are going in favor of Incipience, but V1kings.Tempo not giving up. They get a revive. They get the Valkyrie going as well. Savage Dev super low, but just barely able to get away.
They need to take the Diva out, and they definitely will do so. Jumo comes in, saves the day, takes down Savage Dab 69, takes down Xeonflux with the help of Cryptic as well. And right now, Azalea still has... Xeonflux has the Transcendence here. He could have definitely popped it out just to actually allow Azalea go in Transcendence as well.
No, but they're going to wait. They're going to be very patient, actually. So falling back to work together as a team. But
Yeah.
this means they only have one last push. This is going to be. I mean, it was. They had to fall back. They want to get
They
this other
definitely
push.
had to fall back.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the ultimate charges from V1kings.Tempo as well, popping the Transcendence might have been a bad idea.
Yeah, but then again, Delta does have this Earth Shatter. He might just get the entirety of Incipience on their knees, on the ground. But oh my goodness, he sees Reborns, he takes him out!
No!
Reborns down first, Transcendence is popped, but too late, he gets stuck though. And Azalea falls down, but Drumo gets taken out by Metallics. And Earth Shatter, Xenofly, just a solo. Oh gee, Xenon
with
sucks
the
as
charge
well.
takes him down. There is no Transcendence for Incipience here, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, things are looking really bleak for Incipience. As the side, oh, Xeonflux actually manages to take down. Xenofly actually managed to take down Doubted right now. Metallics is still on the point. They need to take the Diva down, but Cryptic will be able to probably the Dragon Blade takes down Xenofly, takes down Metallics as well. And there and now, Xeonflux still has the Transcendence here, but I don't think he's gonna be able to touch the point in time.
He should have used it earlier to get to the point as fast as possible.
Yeah.
But Xeonflux, he's actually been holding off on the Transcendences a little bit too long because I think he prioritizes getting kills over getting the heals. And V1kings.Tempo just barely edging that one out, really. This is just a hectic battle. Look at Azalea
Yeah, it's
with the
very
Dragon
hectic.
Blades.
Suki, don't you feel like this round alone, it felt really messy from both teams?
I think it's actually more Incipience forcing Tempo to play a bit differently. So we saw that the second point, right, when Incipience were fighting really hard to get the point with their ultimates, they were actually going in a very interesting manner. Savage Dab was going in on the right side, Xenofly was going in the left side, high ground, and it was only the supports who were pushing the cart. And I think that's the issue where Incipience was very I would say they were going in a bit scattered. They were very they knew what they wanted to do. They were actually doing work. Like Savage Dab really forced Cryptic back. Xenofly was causing a lot of issues for I think it was Argen as well as Reborns. But as a team, they never really came together. Whereas Tempo, every time they had a fight that they lost, they were kind of like regroup, sort of rethink how they want to stand their movements. So Tempo really responding much better to Incipience's aggression as opposed to Incipience. I think Incipience was just very at one point in time, they were just throwing him out ultimates. I feel like for no reason.
You can say Reborn always gets taken down first, and like you mentioned earlier, that is absolutely right. When the moment one person gets taken down, V1kings.Tempo just managed to stabilize themselves and fall back a little bit and wait for the teams to regroup.
Yeah, so I think that's more discipline there coming out from Tempo, because I think the when you lose someone or when someone in your team falls, like a key member, you tend to panic. You tend to go into this mode of I better get a kill back, otherwise we're going to lose, right? But I think V1kings.Tempo were very patient. They were very much like, you know what, it doesn't matter. We can lose one, we can lose two even, but as long as the remainder of us survive, just harass, change force the aggression into different members so that we all are surviving together as the four of us left alive, we're still going to win the fight. And that's what they do. They outlast the enemy team. They don't necessarily out-damage or out-skill the enemy team, but they outlast them with positioning, with timing, with patience. And I think that is what V1kings.Tempo are good at doing. And I'm going to say it again because it's a really good pun. But V1kings.Tempo make other people play to their song's tempo. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry.
But anyways, this is gonna be King's Row, and we definitely saw how strong V1kings.Tempo is on this map. You know what's weird? Reborns have yet to pull out the Brigitte.
I don't think you necessarily want to run Brigitte on the first point attack though. Especially if the enemy team has like a sniper, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. And also, I feel like maybe not having Bubble Kitty, the ones that have been playing with you throughout the whole tournament, made things a lot, I wouldn't say difficult, just a little bit disorganized, I would say, for Incipience, because they definitely have the short caller. I'm not really sure who's the short caller for the side of Incipience though, but they do have a fair miss yet again here.
Yeah, you don't know what, the lack of one player or the change of a player may cause a lot of issues for them. I think that's what the issue is here, because they did beat out V1kings.Tempo earlier on in the same tournament today actually. So it doesn't, that doesn't matter now though, because now it is the grand finals and Xenofly, they've all been split out. So the plan from Incipience has been completely dismantled here by V1kings.Tempo, and now it is going to be them with the high ground. Cryptic causing so many issues for the back lines of Incipience. Incipience trying their best to stand up against this, but Reinhardt versus Orisa, Reinhardt can just swing away and Orisa has to hide behind her little shield.
They want to focus on towards that shield that the Reinhardt has, and definitely managed to do so. Took down the shield, took down the Diva out of the mech as well. And right now, the shield, the Reinhardt's only one on point. They have the Riptire, Junkrat going in. Junkrat will be able to take down Xeonflux with his... Jake, it's reincarnated into Jumo actually. But they have the Dragon Strike. Opposite, just trying to zone them out of the point. Right now, they do still have the Orisa here, ladies and gentlemen, but they do have coupled the Valkyrie, just trying to keep the Orisa alive.
Azalea actually picked off Reborns very early on in that fight earlier, so definitely going to be able to sort of stabilize here and push back, but actually I feel like Incipience actually had that earlier. I think that Savage Dab should have moved forward a little bit sooner, because now you've given them 2 ticks. And that's very, very dangerous on the side of V1kings.Tempo to give them so much room. They just need one more tick and that's their first point captured.
Yeah, Earthshatter is there for Doubted, and we've seen how clutch his Earthshatters are. It's not about the amount of people that you get knocked down, but it's about who you manage to knock down and take down. And Xeonflux, oh my goodness gracious me! Xenofly with a triple kill, with the self-destruct alone, forcing the side of V1kings.Tempo to fall back.
And that was when Reborns had just popped his Valkyrie. I heard the Valkyrie go, Valkyrie popped and instantly Xenofly threw out that self-destruct and got him! How do you even get I can't even get a Mercy without Valkyrie. How do you even do that? That is when you know
a one trick is a one trick here, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, that's amazing. But yeah, they still have a lot of ultimates though. They still have 3, 4 coming up on the side. Oh, V1kings.Tempo and a beautiful Earthshatter. Just 1 second too slow. Savage Dab with that shield, not gonna be enough. But the Riptire gets 2! And this is going to be big actually. The ultimates are coming in for V1kings.Tempo's. Not enough though. Kills going all in favor of Incipience. Even the Barrage not able to get anything more than Xeonflux and the Bongos.
They need to heal up Xenofly ASAP, because the fight, they're just gonna try to bring on the fight as fast as possible. But thank goodness Cup managed to resurrect Xeonflux back so he doesn't have to make his way back on the point, because he has its Ascendance.
But Fire in the Hole, actually a very hopeful Riptire. I feel like it's gonna get taken out, but is it gonna get taken out by someone? Is it gonna take anybody out? Oh, actually, does not get anybody, but they lose the Orisa and they lose Xenofly. So already they are 1 man down on the side of Incipience. Azalea being hunted down here by random name 69, but Xeonflux gets Jumo, and Savage Dab trying his best to survive, just barely gets out of that self-destruct range, but kills though, all in favor of V1kings.Tempo.
That Riptire was literally a zoning Riptire. The moment he popped that Riptire, the supports were forced to fall back. That allowed V1kings.Tempo to go straight on the point, bring the fight to the tanks with no supports whatsoever, because the supports had to stay alive because of that Riptire alone. So that was definitely a clever play here for V1kings.Tempo.
Yeah, the Riptire I feel like was a very hopeful Riptire, but the way they played it was actually they caused Savage Dab as well as the Savage Dab to actually look away from the point. He was looking for the Riptire, he was panicking, and that was how they really got that fight started, taking out that Orisa, and then later on Xenofly on that Diva as well. So going into this fight, they do have 1 ultimate on the side of V1kings.Tempo, and Cryptic popped the ultimate, but not going to be enough. Matai is going to take him out with a beautiful deflect.
Right now, they have 1 down, 1 DPS down from V1kings.Tempo. They are both DPSs are down. This is definitely a reset for V1kings.Tempo. But then again, they do have both support ultimates for the next team fight, and this is the streets phase, so having Coalescence is definitely advantage.
Yeah, and I feel like this Hanzo, I'm not sure if this is such a great idea. just because Azalea hasn't had any room. Random Name 69 has been just chasing him down non-stop. Valkyrie though being popped preemptively just so that they can force the entirety of Incipience back. Now the Coalescence coming in very aggressively, and they are just split up, destroyed by the tank line of V1kings.Tempo, but they do get a revive onto Savage Dab. Don't know if it's gonna be enough. Never mind, self-destruct again! Once again, Reborn gets picked off by this self-destruct from Xenofly. Xenofly doing so much work here. And now, yeah, V1kings.Tempo looks like they're gonna have to reset this.
See, when you play a map such as King's Row, when almost every single competitive player has been playing throughout the whole phase of since Overwatch launched, and then you have a one-trick diva that knows every single hook and like crook of where to place those diva bombs, and that's exactly what happens.
Right now, Riptide looking for the pharmacy, but Azalea gets it out. So the threat is gone now, and now the Valkyrie in turn coming in. Xeon Flux is being hunted down by Cryptic, but then again, so is Random Rain being hunted down by Metallics, and Metallics getting more kills out of his Dragon Blade here. So once again, V1kings.Tempo actually getting the shorter end of the stick, and Cryptic has been hunting after Azalea as the Genji, and there's only 10 seconds left. They might not even be able to get to the point in time here. Maybe
the thing is that
might
they're
be able to
not
make
actually
it.
pushing forward. They can still make it, and they do have a couple of Xeon Flux with
They
the
can't-
right clicks into Cryptic's face, takes him down instantly the moment he dashed in.
Cryptic was actually looking so much at Azalea. He got hit by 2 rocket splashes. He deflected the last one, thought that he was home free, and guess what? Xeon just around the corner is just like, hi boo, hi, and then just takes him out there with a headshot. So yeah, I have to say that the issue for V1kings.Tempo here is that they don't know how to like they don't know how to change. They're not changing up to counter Incipience. It's not that they don't know how to. I'm sorry, I take that back. It's not that they don't know how to. It's just that they're not changing fast enough. Because Incipience, you know, the Hanzo wasn't working out. Like we saw Azalea get hunt down constantly by V1kings.Tempo, and he knew that was working out. He swapped out to the Pharah, and instantly it was a different story. Incipience suddenly looked very, very strong. They looked very comfortable because there was no one who was taking him out. And Cryptic, on the Genji, he actually dashed all the way back into the enemy foundry just to take out Xeon Flux. But then again, Metallics just has to take out the enemy supports as well. So I feel like Cryptic is he's a bit too bloodthirsty, going in for maybe 1 or 2 wrong targets there. But yeah, Incipience.
Another stats coming in here, Suki. Oh, Jumo yet again. Incipience had double the amount of kills last round compared to V1kings.Tempo with a total of 22 kills. Xenofly self-destruct made 5 of those kills.
And out of those 2 self-destructs, Reborns got hit twice. So technically, he took out like 7 players because Reborns couldn't revive anyone. Oh my goodness.
I mean, that's
Reborns-
how you pretty much utilize the self-destruct, right? The moment you hear the Valkyrie mode popped, you just press Q and try to hope you get the Valkyrie mode as well.
Yeah, but it's so hard to hit
it's-
a Valkyrie
yeah.
Mercy. Like, I mean, okay, never mind. I don't know. I'm not a diva player. Well, we'll have to get the pros in on that one. But yeah, going in aggressively now. So, actually interesting. Reinhardt diva attack. Reinhardt diva triple tank with Zarya. And Arjen as well as Reborns are completely separated from their team. But then again, Savage that does go down here. Xenofly now going hunting after Cryptic. Wants to find this Widowmaker. He's super low. Cryptic may be able to get out just barely. He actually gets the health kit. But meanwhile, on the point, it's gonna be all Incipience all day.
Yeah, that's just prolonging his death. Right now, the next one on site is gonna be random. 69, he got back at he almost got back into the mech. And that's a lot of ultimate charge here, ladies and gentlemen, for Xenofly. So they have to notice that. The fact that Xenofly got a couple of really crucial kills in the beginning got him 70% ultimate charge on the self-destruct. So they have to be careful because you may never know when a Xenobomb is coming through.
Exactly, and Metallic's being very sneaky, going into Subway here. But he should be able to hear that the jumper is coming. He can hear the diva, he knows where everybody is, he sees Jumo. He sees them, but the rest of his team are fighting though. They must be wondering where Metallics is, so I don't know whether this is a very smart place. He's going after Arjen! And now that they see him now, they have to decide, do they want to go back to help their supports? Coalescence Flow coming out and down and falls down. Metallics barely gets alive with the shift away. But then again, the kills! Xenofly takes another one down. And now all the kills in favor of Incipience. And now V1kings.Tempo have to fall back. Finally, Arjen. He comes with the Transcendence, wants to delay for as long as possible. But is it going to be too little too late? Valkyrie as well being popped here by Reborns.
They have the Valkyrie, they have that extra armor, and Metallics. That was, I want to say, that was just, it felt like I was watching people playing Rainbow Six Siege. The flanks, the distraction coming up from Metallics, but the fight is still going on. Reborn's actually got a press on towards Arjen, but it's just one support Zenyatta. What can you do as a Zenyatta alone? But that was textbook play, ladies and gentlemen. Textbook play from Metallics. And I for sure remember Reaper got a buff onto the E. You don't make a lot of noise when you teleport. And also when you crouch and when you move, there's lesser footsteps as well. So hearing those footsteps on the Reaper coming in just a tad a little bit too hard.
That was how Reborns actually popped the Valkyrie to try and get away and actually didn't manage to. So that was I think that's the best scenario for Xenofly, and I think they don't have any hitscan players on the side of Incipience, and no one has really been playing that much hitscan on King's Row, and it's really been Xenofly who's been the one going out to get those kills, because they were running the Hanzo Junkrat and then the Pharah Junkrat, so it's really up to the Diva to get the Pharah Mercy, and that's a very heavy burden, I think, to carry.
Yeah. Okay, since this is gonna be a best out of 7 and is 1-1, we're gonna go for a short 1-minute break as our casters need to get a breather a little bit. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute, guys.
Thank you. This will be quick, yeah.
Come on. I don't have all evening.
Sorry, buddy. Just a few more minutes.
XP Coin, the future of cryptocurrency. Visit www.xpcoin.io to know more.
Started acting strange, had my life in my own hands. Meanwhile, I was wasting time, thinking things were fine, but you had other plans. Behind your weak disguise, all the worthless lies, I was wrong and now I know. Don't think that I won't try, this is not goodbye.
Oops, I forgot to unmute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the third map of the grand finals of XP Overwatch Community Cup. And what a match it has been so far. It is basically back and forth. I feel like this is Point Break versus V1kings.Tempo again.
Yeah, I find it quite hilarious or interesting that the top 3 teams are so closely matched, but also you can see you can see why one team is winning and not the other. Like normally, okay, when you look at a lot of teams that are so closely matched, it's very hard to tell them apart, right? But these three teams have very specific personality or playstyle traits that I find very, very intriguing, especially coming from like like an analysis point of view. It's just it's just funny.
It's very
like, I find
interesting
it funny.
because they're like an anime, and then each team is like a character in an anime.
Yeah.
Do you know what I? Wait,
yeah, and they're all the main
it's like
characters.
a character.
But...
yeah, they have like this is Naruto, this is Sasuke, this is Sakura. Like they have that character to them, and they have a set style, which is pretty much their outfit. It's their clothes. They're wearing and showcasing their fashion, and I feel that's interesting and very nice to witness as well.
Yeah, and here's a stat for you guys. Incipience has the fastest Hollywood first point capture of any team in this tournament at 36 seconds. I feel like Cal, you should have said having a quiche or something. Like that's more more punny, you know? Anyway,
oh gosh.
Here we go. They're going in. Actually, it's not going to be Incipience attacking first, so it's going to be V1kings.Tempo. Let's see if V1kings.Tempos can break Incipience's record hold. So, going in.
It's not going to be easy. But they do still have their Brigitte on Reborns, and Reborns have displayed spectacular support plays actually, especially on the Brigitte. Formerly, he was playing an off tank as well.
Yeah, and basically this is the Slambulance, isn't it? This is 4 tanks with Brigitte as well as Moira. No one is gonna die on the side of V1kings.Tempo. This is oh my god, this is disgusting. I'm sorry. Just so much damage. Yeah, being eaten up.
So much damage and so much healing as well. Look at Arjen already has a Coalescence.
Yep, with the quad tank, so much damage. No one is going down the side of V1kings.Tempo. Not when you have 4 tanks, not when you have Brigitte, not when you have Moira. And this is just going to be V1kings.Tempo actually challenging Incipience for the point take, but they're not going to make it in time, I don't think, for the record. But they still take the point. 5 minutes left to push.
That is so... Ew. I don't know. It's such a good composition, but then again, I watched it, I feel disgusted.
I just have one thing to say,
such an amazing composition.
No, it's like I'm really happy I'm not in Incipience right now. You know?
Oh yeah.
It's like, I don't want to play against the Slambulance. Plus Brigitte. Imagine when Moira first came in, it was really disgusting. And now it's with a Brigitte, it's even more disgusting. And now Incipience have to figure out a way to play around this lineup. Because they can't go in, you know, head on. They can't fight head on, right? So they have to go in from different angles. They have to try and get a pick off from long range. But they don't have the heroes that can do that. And... oh, beautiful, actually. Ultimate's coming in from both sides. The Graviton Surge into the whole hog. You know, the Transcendence is there to help them out, but Dauda does fall down here. So there is a chance maybe for Incipience to hold him off, but no, Xeon Flux going down. And yep, Azalea swapping out to the Pharah is what we need to see.
You know what they need right now? They need a Junkrat and maybe just a Pharah, or even someone just to deal damage from long range. Even a Bastion would have been something really good right now. A Bastion would have been perfect together with that Discord. Oh, it can just plow through the shields. So they need to make changes here, because Metallics on the Genji is not gonna be doing anything at all, especially with this quad tank coming through. And with those armor, think about it for a second here.
Yeah, definitely. And now Dragonblade is going in, gets some Cryptic, but the rest of your team is just dead on the point right now. And Metallics, is he gonna get anything out? No, Arjen is the one taking out with the right clicks. Savage Dab just trying to delay for as long as possible. But then again, if you delay here too long, your team is gonna get a spawn that is gonna be very dangerous for them. So Xeonflux and Cup, they are separated from the team. So we see Jumo going in aggressively. He sees blood, but he decides not to go for it. And yeah, the thing is that when you look at this lineup, the quad tank, you cannot stick onto that Genji. You cannot face it up against it with a Winston Diva. That's not going to work out here for you.
Yep.
You need
the
to change
Winston
out
Diva
that
is going to get completely melted down. Not to mention Jumo can just hook. Jumo is literally can take down both of the tanks really easily as they hog, because you can hook the Diva, not allowing it to DM, and then just clear out the bubbles coming from the Winston as well. So those two tanks are definitely questionable. And right now Cryptic's flanking from the sidelines here, doing a lot of damage as well. But Metallic's coming in, and Jumo just grinds with the whole hog. Takes down 3, and right now the point is just pushing slowly but surely to the 3rd point.
Yeah, but that was very good flanking coming from Metallics. He actually got Arjen out as he used the Coalescence. Still not gonna be enough though because the tanks just have so much HP. Xeon! He needs to pop the Transcendence to get out. Yep, he survives just barely. Even through the rally, they get Drumo, but they're trying to get more here. Metallics gets charged in and Cup as well gets taken out by Rebonds, but they need to get one of these tanks down. But these tanks are just so tanky. So many tanks, and Xeonflux even getting picked off by that self-destruct later on as well. Oh, Arjen getting taken out by one too, and that was Savage that pushing him into that self-destruct. So Savage
And right now,
needs to get in
Cryptic
there.
switches out to the Widowmaker. Just a really good switch out here, but they lost out in the end here, Suki. I don't really know what happened in the end. Maybe you just realize what happened?
So basically, what happened was that Savage Dab together with Xenofly really caused a lot of issues with Ultimate. So the Primal Rage from Savage Dab actually pushed two of the members of V1kings.Tempo aggressively towards Xenofly's self-destruct, got one kill, and it was just a lot of good positioning coming from Incipience. It was a lot of lucky movements, actually. I would say that some of the movements from Tempo were a bit awkward at that point in time, but now they swap out of the quad tank, recognizing that it's not going to work out in such a big open area at the end there. But we do see Metallics, he's going aggressive. He knows that there's a Far Mercy now. He's going in for Jumo. He sees Jumo. He wants this soldier, takes him out instantly, going for Doubted now. Metallics from the back lines gets two. They trade out Azalea, but I think that's okay. He gets three, and this is just Incipience. The timing coming out from Metallics is just pretty good right now. But now they have to deal with the Pharah and a Sombra pick coming out from Azalea. I don't know about this.
Azalea's angry. Maybe it's like, you know what, I'm not gonna let you dive onto any of my supports, or even Doubted. That shield might not be utilized at all during this the Death Blossom. So let's see, because Metallics, he does have the Death Blossom. Right now, Cryptic spots him out, but it's really close, plopping it out though, forcing him to fall back. Just a lot of damage coming up from the rockets as well. He sees the opportunity. He knows this is a great opportunity, but Cryptic together with Reborns is not allowing him to do anything at all. But the payload is still being contested, Yasuki.
Yeah, so the ultimate's being used by Tempo just to no avail. Even Cup popping the Valkyrie, no avail as well. Support ultimate's not really working out for them. He hacks out Cryptic. This is actually a non-flying Pharah, and Xenofly uses the opportunity, pops out the self-destruct. He gets Reborns again. And finally, Cryptic gets a kill onto Cup, but it's not going to be enough. Xenofly comes in, finishes him off, and Reborns has tracking. Xenofly has some tracking on Reborns here. Like, his mech has always killed Reborns with the self-destruct, and that's just ridiculous.
I mean, that is diva for you, right? You literally, you take out anything that's flying. You take out Pharah, you take out Mercies, you take out pretty much everyone just that's flying, because you can just boost up in the air. Yeah. Seagull once said, Diva is literally a flying Genji. And there you go, and right now they're just going onto the spot. Look at the amount of damage that's actually being dealt on towards V1kings.Tempo, forcing them to fall back. Where is that damage coming from? I know where. The Zalia with that Sombra ultimate, not allowing him to do any abilities at all. V1kings.Tempo forced to fall back, but look at the ultimate abilities, Yasuki. They have 5 ultimates to play with for the next push.
Then again, if you keep getting hacked, does it really make a difference how many ultimates you have if
true.
you can't use it? So that's what
true.
Azalea is doing here, but he does have only 30% here. Now he has to build it up very, very quickly. Now the ultimate's being used, Metallic's the first to fall. Ultimate's going in, Xeonflux with the Transcendence, trying to keep everybody alive. Cup still holding on to his Valkyrie though. Finally pops it out, and now the Earth Shatter gets a few. Can Cup get away? No, he actually flies back into the Diva self-destruct, and Metallics is the only one left alive for his team. Oh, Xenofly as well, sorry, bro. But self-destruct actually gets Cryptic, so here now, Metallics, he has the shift, he has the opportunity. Savage Dab with
Overtime.
the Primal Rage.
It is overtime right now. They're just popping the overtime. Maybe can get a couple of kills. Metallics does have the Death Blossom right now. Going for the back lines, popping it. He gets a huge one, but he deflects coming in. Wait.
No, they jumped off the map. Savage Dab jumped off the points.
Are you serious?
He
No,
jumped
please.
too high.
Oh,
He
no.
jumped too high.
Oh, no.
Savage Dab was contesting, and then he jumped too high, and that was just long enough for them to push to the end. So that, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry for calling you out like this. But
that could be considered the young, the letter C and the number 9.
I guess he dabbed a little too high. It was a bit too savage, like it was too.
But at
aggressive.
least it's overtime, right?
Yeah, at least it's overtime. But then again, to get to the end, I think Viking Temples should be happy with that, unless Incipience
Definitely.
comes in with like an amazing lineup. But Viking Temple has that for a quad tank in their in their bank. Like they can use that if they want to, and that quad tank is very difficult to break through. So Incipience, you would be worried if you're Incipience, I think, giving away
Definitely.
that point.
Oh my god, and they're gonna run the quad tank again. Oh my goodness, this is not gonna be easy. But maybe it's gonna be easy. We'll never know because Incipients definitely stormed V1kings.Tempo earlier on 3-0. So I feel like Incipients is probably the only team that kind of knows how to play around Brigitte.
That's true, but the problem is that if if let's say Viking Tempo play this lineup, right? They're playing this. Now they're going for the triple tank. So the triple tank lineup with Jumo and with Reborns and then Brigitte. The thing is that you can kite the Brigitte, you can stay away from her, but eventually you're gonna have to get onto the point. And if you
Yep.
don't get her before, she gets you, that's the issue. And you have a Genji Tracer. You have a Genji Tracer who don't really work very well at long ranges, and that's the biggest issue for them. If they can get that first burst damage, maybe if they're lucky, Xeonflux gets a right click into Reborn's face when his shield is broken, that may be a good opportunity. But I don't know about running right into them like this because you're gonna just
That's not
die.
a good idea. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
just gonna die, especially when you're playing against a Brigitte. That's not actually a very clever idea whatsoever. Maybe switching out to a Pharah way earlier could have definitely did you guys a big favor then. Right now, you're just allowing them to get as much ultimate charge as possible. And I want to say Arjen has been pretty much doing a lot of heals here because look, he already has his ultimate charge.
Yeah, like even at the end, as you were saying, Azalea there surviving for that long just gave Arjen his charge, right? Because he was trying to harass from the back lines. He was just like, I need to, I guess, eventually go down somewhere. But you don't sort of throw yourself at the enemy team. I think he could have gone back to spawn much earlier. And now going for the Pharah, maybe opportunity here for them. But Xeonflux also very low, so forcing them to come down the point. Yeah, Dowda is very low, gets taken out by Metallics. Beautiful start for them, but the Coalescence now is up and running. The mech has been taken out randomly, but Xenofly, he needs to get away as well before his mech gets taken out, and now Reborns on that Brigitte is the only one standing on the point. But is it going to be enough? The self-destruct is ready for Xenofly. Transcendence even. Transcendence and Rally being popped
the
out.
Rally as well?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Even the Graviton Surge, but the point has already been given over. And even the Riptire, all the ultimates on the side of Viking Temple were used there, and there was no one on the point. So already a bit of a, I don't know, timing misplay, or maybe they want to change out of their heroes already. Who knows? But Metallics is very aggressive going in there against Viking Temple. But yeah.
I mean,
ultimates being
Metallic's
used.
job is not to deal damage. I feel like Metallic's job is just to distract the backlines, making them turn around, and that's exactly what they did. But Azalea gets taken down. It's a 1-for-1 trade here for the support and the DPS, but this is definitely huge in favor of Incipience. The Vikings, they do have the Earth Shatter from Doubted here. Can we see a huge shatter here, ladies and gentlemen? He's just waiting for it. Right now, the respect onto a Doubted. They're just falling back. They see Doubted. They know he has the Earth Shatter. They're just falling back here. But Xenofly will be able to take the mech out of Random Lane 69. The Cup position himself up in the air. They still have Azalea in the rear as well. Azalea is no pockets whatsoever, forcing him to fall back a little bit. He's playing the high ground game here, and he's definitely have the upper hand.
He actually is getting Doubted super low right now. Doubted is gonna fall here. Gets taken out before he can even use his ultimate. And now they're just pushing so much momentum in favor of Incipience. Positioning wise, they're gonna be happy with that. But Cryptic does have his ultimate. There's so many ultimates on the side of Viking Temples to work with that, Incipience, they have to be very careful here. They either have to eat up that Graviton Surge or do something to make sure that they don't get taken out. Very dangerous plays coming out from Incipience. Xenofly being very aggressive. Random Lane though, losing the mech early on. This actually might be good for them right now. And the Graviton Surge, but it's not going to be enough. Transcendence being popped as well. The timing from Xeonflux just perfect on that Transcendence there.
And right now, things are looking really bleak for V1kings.Tempo, I feel like Doubted has no opportunity whatsoever to even drop the Earth Shatter. You can feel the respect that Incipience has for Doubted. You can tell with the moment they just went on the point, they see Doubted going in front, they're like, hey, Earth Shatter, Earth Shatter. You can actually see from the side of Incipience, they notice that, and they know that the amount of pressure that Doubted can actually put upon with the Earth Shatter.
But this is the thing, their whole lineup is not on the ground.
Yeah, that's
the only
thing.
person he could Earth Shatter was Xeon.
Xenofly pops in Xenobomb, doesn't get any bomb at all with the Xenobomb itself. Wait, where did that Riptire go?
He actually
Completely gets
exploded on
obliterated.
Metallics, who was using his shift. So now Doubted has been hacked out, and it looks like now he has Earth Shatter. Is he gonna drop it? The cut is pushing the shield forward.
He's one
He
HP.
gets Cup though. He gets Cup. Cup gets taken out by Jumo. Doubted gets taken out though.
He needs to take random name 69. That baby diva is still in form, but Xenofly gets taken down instead as well. And right now, Reborn is really close to that rally. They force the reset here, just straggling the kills. Onto was Metallic as well. Right now, they have 3 minutes left on the point. V1kings.Tempo, they need to pace themselves. They need to play according to their pace here because they have the rally, they have the Transcendence for the next team fight as well.
But the thing is that this EMP is coming up very, very soon. If they manage to get the EMP onto Argen, onto Reborns, take out the 2 supports early on, that's great for them. But if Reborns pops the rally early beforehand, then that's going to be an issue for Azalea here. But he has it. Is he going to pop it inside? He actually pops it! So it's already, and the Transcendence was not negated as well. So already the Azalea EMP come to nothing here for the side of Incipience, and what the goal was the EMP doesn't matter. V1kings.Tempo saw it coming a mile away.
And right now they actually have to go to, at best case, play 2 team fights, deplete the armor that is on the side of V1kings.Tempo, because look at Argen, 350 HP Zenyatta with shields, with armor as well. So that's one scary Zenyatta, if I should say so myself.
Yeah, and Azalea recognizing that the EMP is very easily countered there by positioning. Going once again for the Genji. I don't think they should have even swapped to the Sombra. I think they should have just stayed on the Pharah and maybe have gotten further here. But now random name 69 almost gonna lose his mech actually. Self-destruct S gone. Now he takes out the baby diva who got D-maxed by Metallics there, and kills going in favor of Incipience. Incipience is going forward here, but Azalea not going in after Cryptic. Cryptic is still alive. And he manages to get away, but is he gonna push to the end? No one able to contest here.
They got a team wipe, very nicely played there, because the amount of damage that was coming up from Metallics as well as Xenofly's bomb just pretty much got everybody to a low, and then everybody just cleaned up. I felt like that was just textbook dive meta play.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the Cryptic v Azalea battle. And Cryptic actually got quite a few good shots in, got I think 2 kills, while Azalea was hunting him down as a Genji. But then in the end, you know, a Widowmaker can't really do anything, right? So he went back to change to a Tracer, but it was too late. So I think maybe the timing on that cycle, if Cryptic had just gone in, sort of sacrificed himself to delay for maybe just 2 or 3 seconds even, just long enough for Doubted and the rest of his team to come back, that might have been a different story, but he went back for the Tracer instead. So maybe a bit of a misplay, or maybe there was really no chance anyway, whether he had done it or not. And, you know, a minute and a half to get 1 tick here, Incipients are going to be pretty happy with that.
That is true. And right now, they just need to get their first point here, Suki. But you can tell V1kings.Tempo is not going down without a fight here, because they have the quad tank to get a Cryptic on the McCree, and they are forced to be reckoned with. We've seen Cryptic playing the McCree as well, but playing against a Diva Winston, it's scary.
Yeah, and Cryptic on that McCree is going to cause Azalea a lot more issues, because they didn't have that McCree earlier. So this might be very different for them. But they just need 1 tick though. So this is definitely Savage Jab doing a lot of damage with the Tesla Cannon. Doubted very low. He gets taken out first. and just so much damage. The Tesla cannon is not being blocked by anything, and they actually just take the point. No issues. Incipience
contest
take the
whatsoever.
second point here. So 2-1 is the score right now in favor of Incipience. This is a best out of 7 though, so first to 4, still anyone's game. But yeah, Incipience edging out V1kings.Tempo now.
Yeah, this is, I do believe, this is the Grafton slash meat grinder. Yep. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Can you imagine how satisfying that is? That must be really satisfying.
It is very
as
satisfying.
the Roadhog. Like, just clearing out, just grinding through. It's like Jigsaw from Saw all again. If you watch that movie. I don't want to spoil anyone's stomach, but yeah, it is what it is. And Incipience, wow. They managed to take the third map. And I do believe this is Incipience's map choice.
Yeah, I think it is, but I think, like I said, it's going to be 4 escort or hybrids and then 3 controls. So
Oh.
you have to win at least 1 control, if not 2, to take over the enemy team. That's gonna be
It's gonna be yikes.
exciting.
It's
I
gonna
like
be tough.
control because it really showcases I feel to a certain degree a lot of mechanical skill. Control maps, you know, there's no cheeky plays, there's no sort of like sneaky points you can do because the map changes around you. The map is there. You gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with the enemy team. You both have an equal number opportunity. But before we get to the control, Numbani is up now, and yeah, Incipience really taking me by surprise. They're
Yeah,
really doing
I feel
well.
like they have their compositions just down to a T. Everybody's playing according to their roles. But on the side of Vikings, maybe they do have the experience, but you can tell some players are switching their roles here and there. Reborns used to actually play off tank and then slightly DPS as well. Now he's on the support role, and then Arjen is playing the support. I mean, he was a DPS and then went to being a support player, but he's still taking into support. But I just feel like sometimes teams just need to, stick to their roots. And I mean, yeah, you can actually say, I want to join my team, but you kind of have to know how to play that hero exceptionally well. And I'm not going to doubt Reborn's Mercy, but his Brigitte was definitely a lot better than his other support heroes.
Yeah, when Brigitte is kind of like a tank, right? Like an off.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think that's an interesting point to make, is that Incipience seem like a group of specialists, right? Like Xeon Flux has pretty much only played Zenyatta. I don't think he's changed yet.
Nah.
So far. Cup has played a bit of Lucio, but mostly stuck on this Mercy.
I'm
Metallic
gonna
is
just check to see if it's a Zenyatta one trick.
well, okay. I used to, when I was playing competitive in season 2, I kept running to him in Neon Tears, and it was the worst
Yeah, he
season
was
of
playing
my
Ana
life.
a lot.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness, I hate you so much. But anyway, yeah, so like it's the specialists. Incipients are very specialized in their roles and in their hero choices. V1kings.Tempos, they change up a lot. They play different styles, so they're very adaptable and versatile. But it doesn't always work out for them, especially for maps that Incipients are very confident in. But Savage Dab here being attacked from all sides. Actually, we see Jumo coming from the other side as well, just taking him down. His health is super low. He needs to get healed up right now. And the rest of his team falling back. They are going to try and heal up Savage there, but he's getting attacked by Doubter right now, and they're going to give almost one tick away for free here.
He actually dropped down. He had his teammates up on the second floor. Could have just actually stuck on the second floor together with the biotic field, just keeping everybody alive as well. But hey, things are looking really good here for Incipience. And right now he sees the Reborns out there. But I don't think he's gonna be able to pop in time. They even popped the Valkyrie mode as well for this team fight here. This is super ballsy play from V1kings.Tempo. I don't really think this is a good idea because right now you don't have a support ultimate for your next push.
I think because they got the kill onto Xeon Flux, Azalea actually killed his own teammate. Cryptic deflected it into Xeon, but I think because of that, the call was to try to keep on fighting, and they did force the Valkyrie out of cup as well. So it's not like it was for naught. Like, they did force the defensive ultimate out from Cup, but then again, Xeonflux and Azalea are much closer to the ultimates than Argen is, so this might not be so good for them. But now Dragon Blade being popped, but who is he going for? There's no one he can go for actually. Cryptic gets taken out right off the bat. So 2 ultimates down on the side of Incipience, but Vikings, they used 2 as well. They used the Primal Rage together with that Dragon Blade. And Dowden, where is he?
Oh, they're gonna get the last straggling kills as well. That's gonna delay the reset coming up from the side of V1kings.Tempo. So what happened earlier on was Cryptic actually tried to go for Cup on that Mercy, Mercy being Mercy. That's pretty much why people utilize Mercy, right? Against a dive composition, because you can utilize that Guardian Angel, just fly around, maneuvering against such an ultimate like Dragon Blades. So that's definitely tips for Mercy players. And right now, the next team fight, they do have just maybe Cup on their Valkyrie mode coming up really soon. I don't really think it's going to be able to get it in time though.
Doesn't matter. Self-destruct as well as the Dragon Blade being popped by Xenofly and Metallic. So very smart plays. Always using 2 ultimates, knowing that there's going to be 2 coming up. The ult management coming up from Incipience is very, very well done actually. Meanwhile, V1kings.Tempos, they haven't had the opportunity to use their ultimates yet because they did have a few hero changes. And yeah, another hero change again. Cryptic going back for that Genji when he had swapped to Widowmaker. So he was trying to get a sneaky kill onto Xeonflux and the rest of Incipience by rolling around the back way, but he got spotted out. So I think the awareness from the supports is something that's very underrated. So Cup and Xeonflux, very good positioning coming from them. They finally get them off the high ground though, so this might be the start of the end. But then again, heroes never die. Valkyrie for Cup, Azalea as well as Xeonflux being pushed very aggressively. Xeonflux finally gets taken out, but then again kills are going in both sides actually, and the majority of the team on the point is going to be Incipience.
Right now, Cryptic trying to focus onto Savage Dap 69 here with the help of Jumo as well. Savage Dap 69 really low on HP. Xenofly is back on the point. Where is Cup? Cup needs to heal up his teammates, but he's not around at all. Xeonflux is really long away from the Transcendence as well. They have no support ultimates to keep this fight going. Or maybe Xeonflux is chiming up those ultimate charges, but Cryptic goes in with the Dragon Blade, but Azalea comes in with the tactical visor, just pushing everybody away. The only one on point is going to be Jumo as well. And right now, Azalea is really low on HP. Cup really close on actually Xeonflux really close to the Transcendence. And Jumo just trying to hold on to the point. Doubted just a little bit too late with the Primal Rage as I jumble my words of Xeonfly and Xenon whatever Flux Fly. They still managed to hold on to the first point.
The cycling coming out from Xenofly and Savage Dab was perfect. Like standing on that point, Xenofly went in first, then Savage Dab. Xenofly gets healed up, goes back in again. He dies and loses his mech, but by then, Savage Dab is enough health to come back long enough for the rest of the supports and the DPS to come back in. And Incipience, that was just very, very beautiful, great timing coming from them. Only 37%? Is that right? That is all that V1kings.Tempo managed to get. 37% on the first point. That's, oh my goodness, that's a very impressive hold coming out from Incipience. And now V1kings.Tempo have to play out of their minds to hold this point.
I don't know. I felt like V1kings.Tempo definitely had what it takes to hold on, to just get that point, because there was once when they had no support ults. Argen had the Transcendence. They had everything lined up and ready to at least get 2 ticks, even 2 ticks, or not even like I'm not even talking like a full cap. I'm talking about at least 2 ticks. But the rotations, like you mentioned earlier on, from Savage Dap 69 and Xenofly, and not to mention the peeling, that's actually, I felt like the focus on V1kings.Tempo was just in a disarray. They should have just went on the supports. They were just focusing on getting on the point and taking down whoever was on a point, which is none other than the supports. But the peeling that was done from the supports from the side of Incipience allowed them to stick onto the points for as long as possible.
There was actually one point where, you know, you think Argen had the Transcendence. Doubted went down to Savage Dab alone. And that shouldn't happen when there's 2 Winstons and the rest of your team are around you. And he actually got the kill onto Doubted. That was just very, very unfortunate and just minor mistakes. You know, that's what causes wins and losses in this game. And now they're all hiding up in that corner. But I mean, really? Okay, interesting.
I mean, they're running
instead,
a Torbjorn, so they
Yeah.
do have to play somewhere along those lines. And right now, they're stuck in one little tight corner. Kizuki, they have the Brigitte though. Random Name 69 manages to take Xenoflight out of the mech. And when the cup is in the air, uncontested, no damage whatsoever. He can do whatever the heck he wants. And Savage Dap 69 getting the kills as well. Metallics is really low on HP though. And Xenoflight is really low on HP as well. And he's gonna be able to get taken. No, he gets back into the mech. And right now, they're just completely wiping the side of V1kings.Tempo out, and they will win the 4th map. The score is currently right now 3-1 in favor of Incipience.
yeah, 3-1. It is a best out of 7, so there is going to be another opportunity for V1kings.Tempo to come back. But I mean, that was a very. I think V1kings.Tempo knew that it was gonna be very hard to hold that map. So, you know, running a Torbjorn Mei in that scenario against a Winston, and I mean the Pharah probably was gonna come out knowing that it's Azalea, knowing that it's Numbani. I think they just sort of figured like, okay, let's get this map done. Let's go into control where we have an opportunity now to showcase ourselves, because V1kings.Tempo have been doing very, very well on control, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, we talk about the team play and the team synergy from Tempo, but the Incipients, what they're doing very well is that they're very good at playing dive. Like their
Yeah, they got
dive
some stats as
composition
well.
is amazing. Yeah, and so the stat for that is that Cup did not die at all for the entire map. Like Cup, he was just so hard to find, so entirely mobile, just able to get in and out of danger, survive for so long. And I think that's what it is where, okay, the issue for Mercy is you rely a lot on your teammates' positioning to survive.
Yeah.
You can't fly anywhere by yourself. You need to have a teammate there. And what the Incipients are very good at doing is that they're very good at playing in split positions. They're good at playing from different angles, coming in from multiple places at once. And that's why Cup has so much free reign, because he can just fly, he'll just drop down to heal up Savage Dab, and then he'll like, oh, Xeon's up there, I'll go say hi. And then go to Metallics, go to Azalea. And that is, you know, the way that they're playing is just so much more, I think it's so much easier to execute in that sense. Whereas for V1kings.Tempo, we see Reborns, he's kind of always stuck with the ball of them. So whether he's playing Brigitte or Mercy, he's just kind of stuck in the whole huge ball, and he's just gonna get taken out because Mercy does not belong there. You know, she needs to fly and be free, and you know, be with her Pharah. But that just hasn't really been happening for them.
Usually, I mean, Xeonflux is playing that Zenyatta, right? And when you're playing an attack and you see a Zenyatta, a tasty Zenyatta, you want a Zenyatta down. So basically, what you see usually is Cup just pocketing Xeonflux, and Azalea is on their second second floor. So whenever Xeonflux get jumped on, he just goes up on high ground. This doesn't really care much about Xeonflux because, you know, his Zenyatta is probably gonna die.
He's like, bye Xeon.
Yeah, by Xeon. So, and then that allows the damage boost. Also, Azalea just do so much damage, and that's pretty much what happened. This is just rinse and repeat.
Yeah, and now Azalea running that Sombra, prioritizing the health, you know, the healing aspect of this map, whereas Cryptic going for the tried and true Widowmaker. You know, it is Widow's map. We always call this Widow's map, but at the same time, this is also Sombra's map. That big health kit is very, very, very good for the rest of your team if they can get to it. And now, with such mobile heroes, it's very good they get the point as well as the mech.
Look at where they're playing as well, Suki. They're just utilizing this wall area over here, not allowing Cryptic to get any vision whatsoever. They have the Winston, they have Xenofly on the Diva as well, so they can just jump on Cryptic whenever they want. So they're just stabilizing themselves on the point. But Cryptic gets a really good kill on towards Cup, and right now they take 3 down because the mech is out from the Diva as well. So they can just stroll through the point here, but Xenofly pops his Coalescence, just trying to keep everybody alive. Do they have any other ultimates though? But Cryptic's just doing so much damage with this Widowmaker. Oh my goodness.
And the thing is that the thing about the Sombra pick here is that Azalea, he's getting a lot of damage done. He even got down Arjun there as well through the Reborn's healing. But you forget that there's still so much fight left to be fought. You know, you can't just pick on one hero and then take him down, but you still Reborns with the revive. So, you know, V1kings.Tempo not really phased at all by the Sombra pick, and Cryptic just being Cryptic, really. able to play his Widowmaker just as much as he wants.
Right now they have the upper hand here. They do have Azalea on that EMP though, so things might be a little bit difficult here, but Azalea has to be careful because the Cryptic's not gonna get him off his sights.
Yeah, now Savage Dad does have Primal Rage, but so does Doubted. Arjen even popping the Transcendence as well. Finally, Sound Barrier being popped on the side of Cup. And now Savage Dad going in aggressively. Azalea picks up Arjen. They get Cryptic. Are they going to get Rebounds here? Rebounds trying his best to survive, but it does look like he's going to get taken out here. So kills going in favor of Incipience, but there is still V1kings.Tempo. 2 people on the point still able to hold off just for a little bit longer, just so that they can overtake Incipience in percentage meter before they get capped over.
Well, that's a lot of ultimate charge for Zeonflux. He did so much work in that 1v final launch, really close to the Coalescence. Cup just uses Sound Barrier, so that's pretty much why they had the upper hand earlier on in that team fight, because Sound Barrier is still one of the strongest support ultimates, I would say, in this game. Oh, Zeonflux 1 HP, Zeonflux 1 HP, oh, he actually got the big med pack, so close. Now he has a Coalescence for the next team fight. They even have the Pulse Bomb as well. They get really good, but Metallics actually killed himself. I think he actually dropped off the map.
Yeah, he just went a little bit too far, and Cryptic, no room now to move actually. So just now, where the Widowmaker was doing so much work, now he has absolutely no room because Incipients are playing so aggressive, going up front, not giving Cryptic any line of sight. You know, when they have the advantage, they can go forward and cause so much issues. But now Cryptic going into the Pharah. But still, this is actually good news for Azalea. Pharah is pretty susceptible to Sombra Hex.
Yeah, but due to the buff of the range, a beautiful EMP not allowing them to touch even to the point. And someone actually touched the point! And right now the point is being contested here, ladies and gentlemen. They pop the Sound Barrier as well. Cup just trying to keep his teammates alive. Jumo's on the point as well, but he's really low on HP. And Zeonflux is trying to dodge away from Doubted, but he gets taken down. Cryptic is still in the air here, doing as much damage as possible. Kip bounces into his face. Xenofly takes down Jumo as well. And Savage Dab 69 just electrocuting everybody on the point, going on towards Arjen. Right now the next on target is going to be Random Name 69, gets him out of the mech, takes him out as well with the help of Zeonflux. And the point is still being contested?
It's contested by Dada, who popped his Primal Rage for it, but Zeonflux has just survived for way too long. Zeonflux, he on that Moira, he was doing so much damage. Reborns was trying to keep Arjen and the rest of his tanks alive, and all he did was just hold down right click. Goodbye Arjen, goodbye Reborns, and that's it. And that is just ridiculous coming up from Zeonflux.
This might be the last round of the whole tournament if V1kings.Tempo do not step their game up. Everything just went in a blink of an eye. We didn't even realize it, and right now, if V1kings.Tempo don't do anything about it, Incipience is going to be the champions of the XP Overwatch Community Cup.
Yeah, and that is a scary proposition and a lot of stress on the shoulders of the V1kings.Tempo players. But then again, this is Pharah, and this is going to be this is going to be very fun for him if he can get some boops into that beautiful big hole in the center of the point. But then again, Cryptic is, he's gonna get hunted down by Azalea. Azalea is looking for the hack onto him. He's actually but Cryptic found Cup though, so this already one down on the side of Incipience.
Right now they have one down. They can definitely have what it takes. They're just pushing the side of Incipience back away as well, forcing them to fall back a little bit to get another kill onto Zeonflux as well. Metallics forcing him to fall back. Cryptic just doing as much damage as possible to the tanks, just amplifying the ultimate charges that he has as well. Jumo's really close to the pulse bomb.
Yeah, the kills are going in favor of V1kings.Tempo though, so it means that getting one kill here, one kill there is just causing Incipience to waste time and giving them more percentage on the point. So definitely getting these kills. Metallics maybe a bit too aggressive on that Genji there to be taken out. Zeonflux already half health. Is he gonna get taken out here? The Tracer is on him, everyone is on him. He barely gets away with his life. But Dowda though now, the one really low, but Cryptic falling first blood, gets Metallics. Dowda goes down, EMP! He gets... The man goes into the hole!
Oh my gosh! That was an amazing EMP, gets every single one from the side of V1kings.Tempo. Just one ultimate alone simply disintegrate the side of V1kings.Tempo.
I don't think Cryptic realized he was hacked because he actually wasn't in the hole. He jumped into it, and then I think he was like, "Wait a minute, why is my spacebar not working?" And he just went down, just like, "What are you doing, Cryptic? Why are you jumping in there?" But yeah, so that was just beautiful.
That was
play
such a
coming in
valuable
from
EMP.
Azalea. Yeah, that was just, oh man. But now Valkyrie popped by Reborns. But self-destruct going out onto the middle of the air does not get anybody with it. Finally, Coalescence being popped by Xeon Flux here. They lose the mech on the side of Random 69. They do have the sound barrier, but it's too late. The mech is gone. Jumo has been hacked. He does not have any recall left. And the kills are going in favor of Incipience. They're going to get so much percentage out of this fight here.
Forcing, I think Cup actually managed to boop out Doubted, but I think that's a reset here for Doubted. But he did get elimination, so that's a +1 for Cup. And you look at that, everyone on the side of Incipience is on fire, except for Xenofly.
I mean, it's just stat padding, right? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
But Cup, you know, he loves that Lucio doing really, really well on it. Another EMP, but not as effective here. The kills, they do get doubted, but I don't think they're gonna get much more other than that. Xenofly loses his mech, they get Cryptic, they get Argent as an afterthought, but Metallics falls to Jumo here. Jumo's still alive, doing a lot of damage, but finally, 5 versus 1. Jumo can't take that odds.
It's just so close here, ladies and gentlemen. Only 20% left for Incipience to be the grand champions of the XP Overwatch Community Cup. Doubted still has the primal rage. They do still have the self-destruct from random name 69. They still have what it takes here because only Coalescence for the side of Incipience. Azalea really low on HP. Xeonfly needs to pop the Coalescence right about now to keep everybody alive, to keep the fight going. Xenofly does have the self-destruct as well. Azalea gets taken down by Jumo. And when a Cup really close to the sound barrier, he gets taken down. Xenofly gets to take down Cryptic with the self-destruct as well. The fight is still going on. Metallics takes down Jumo as well. Reborns is in the air with the Valkyrie mode, just trying to keep everybody alive. And Doubted right now goes straight into the face of Xenofly. He gets taken down as well. Reborns, no more Valkyrie mode for you, sir. Xenofly going ham with this diva, going on towards Reborns next. And that is pretty much set in stone. Incipience to be a grand champions of the XP Overwatch Community Cup.
Congratulations to Incipience! My goodness, just schooling V1kings.Tempo in that particular map. Azalea with that Sombra doing so much work. Metallics with the Genji. The team that really deserves to win today, Incipience, has come out on top. Every single one of their players did so good. Cup with that sound barrier, with those boops, so much work, playing the Mercy as well, surviving forever, and basically the entirety of Incipience, everyone just coming together as a team. Xenofly with his amazing self-destruct, Xeon Flux with his Zenyatta Moira, just doing so much work. 12,000 healing from Moira. What the heck, man? You're so good at playing supports. What on earth? And yeah, congratulations to Incipience. And I mean, congratulations to V1kings.Tempo. They got second place. That's not too bad. They still get how many million XP coins for this tournament?
I can't remember. If someone from the staff could actually let us know, that would be great so we can inform the staff. But what a grand